your strength. So whatever your personality is strong at, that's what you should be doing for a living. It will be much easier. You enjoy life a lot more because you're doing what you're naturally good at versus trying to be something that you're not.
Yeah, it's hard to be something that you're not. So I see Beulah said, I've been fighting with diabetes since I was 20. It's like I'm losing the game. You ain't losing the game. It does get hard over time, because to in your mind, you doing all you can to make things better when it comes to something like diabetes. Good morning, YouTube again. I don't know what happened. I just started a new stream. Thank y'all for letting me know that YouTube went crazy over here. So a lot of these issues we suffer with, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, inflammation, pain, a lot of these things we suffer with, we feel like, man, this got me beat. But that's just the devil. Don't let him win. Don't let him live rent free in your mind, because that's what he do. Y'all know what he come to do. We ain't gonna do that. When it come to diabetes, it's all about diet. And I just had a conversation with somebody on Threads because I posted a picture of pomegranate seeds, papaya seeds, and a handful of medicine. And I said, one is medicine and one is not. Meaning the papaya seeds are medicine and the synthetics are not. And they said, oh, I'm a nurse and blah, blah.
What's up,
and
bro?
I know that those prescribed pills are definitely medicine. Okay. I'm always here to argue, And the thing is, when it comes to our healthcare system that I worked for 20-something years on high blood pressure, never got off. They could never even teach me how to get off of it. All they would say is lose weight, stop salt, exercise, this, that, and eat different. When we educate ourselves and each other on how to do things or give each other advice, it makes life so much better. Especially when that make you feel like I ain't in this fight by myself.
Yeah, we talked about it before, guys. If you're in the medical profession, you're taught a certain way. It's going to be up to you to actually know what you're being taught is actual. And why would anybody who's selling a product try to get their clients off of that product?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the medical profession, we need customers, right? If you're the drug company, we need customers. So why would we tell you how to not be our customers anymore? And there's absolutely a way to do all that. Now, both me and my wife suffered with high blood pressure. My wife for 20-something years. Mine was really short. And I had diabetes. I'm no longer suffering with any of that stuff, and I don't use no pharmaceuticals. Nor do my wife.
Bobby never used pharmaceuticals, and that's the thing with education. When he came home, they said my blood sugar high, my blood pressure high. When he came home, the first thing was jump on these herbs. Let's see, because of course when we went to the second doctor to make sure it was what they were saying, his blood pressure was good, but we had already started cayenne pepper, but his blood sugar was still a little high. So it was like, okay, the easiest thing to do was change diet rather than take these pharmaceuticals that's gonna make you change your diet, because all the medicine do, when it comes to diabetes, all that medicine do is kill your appetite. It make you so you really don't want to eat, and that's how they control your blood sugar. Well, you can do that. You don't need medicine to make you not hungry or take your appetite. You can do that. All you have to do is say, I'm gonna eat this, that, and the third. I'm gonna make better decisions, and these are my times to eat, and stick to it.
I'm gonna drink this particular tea every so often. You know, if I happen to partake in something that's too sweet,
Thank you, so.
I'm gonna drink this tea. I'm gonna drink this particular. I'm gonna take this fruit, whatever, and you can remedy all that. But these are things that's not being told to you.
And what I did was the other day when I was in the studio, I found the paperwork from Bobby's doctor visit. He was diagnosed with diabetes, and it was crazy what they told him.
Horrible advice.
They was telling him he could eat like a half a bagel and 4 ounces of fruit, and he could have 2 cookies, a square of cake, that like every day. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's
Like,
bad advice.
Never read it. And the other day I read it to Bobby, and he was just standing there like, but for some reason, God said, don't pay that no attention. We didn't pay it any attention. So all we did was reverse things and do it God's way. I ain't gonna say our way. We did our research and we found out other ways to get things done. Yeah, eat 6 times a day. Like, so it started with change your diet.
See that? Difference.
Yeah,
That's weird.
change your diet. You know, and when we say change your diet, most people think, well, let me cut out bread, or let me stop eating white bread, let me start eating wheat bread. Let me cut out the sugar because it's the sugar. Let me cut out salt because it's that. Or I can't eat fruit, or I can't eat this. You can eat anything you want. It's all in what is inside that. Eat the cookie. One cookie will be better than the other depending on the ingredients, and that's what you want to go after. What is in this cookie? White sugar isn't good. Let me go to raw sugar or turbinado sugar. This flour in the store is trash. Let me go to an ancient grain. Let me do some research in that. So you can still eat, you know, pineapple, banana, stuff like that. You want to be careful with. Mango, high sugar content. But berries, eat up. But they don't tell you this. So that's where the problem lies when it comes to healing yourself with certain things, because they gotta stay in your pocket.
So if you're familiar with the channel, then you might have heard us have this conversation. But guys, we constantly are getting new people that come in.
Good morning,
and they're asking these questions about high blood pressure and diabetes, and those are 2 of the top questions that we're generally getting. Now, we try to tell our story so people can realize that we actually dealt with this stuff. You know, because a lot of people probably would have been like I would have been. You know, y'all saying all this stuff, like I don't believe that, because there's no way I'm spending all these hundreds of thousands of dollars for medication and going to doctor visits, and I've been doing this for all my life, and my medicine could be in my backyard growing. Wow. And I'm mad at it because I got to keep cutting it. Or, you know, it could cost pennies on a dollar versus all these hundreds of thousands of dollars. But all it takes is having the knowledge, knowing exactly what you can do. And that's one thing that they spend a lot of money doing, is avoid telling you the stuff that you can do. And again, guys, you know, once I started having these issues, which you know, it was later on in life, we already had dealt with that with my wife. Now, she never had diabetes, but she suffered with high blood pressure for 25 years. She is a nurse, and she never knew that she can get off of those blood pressure meds until we started diving into what it is that we did. So I'll let her tell you her mindset on that.
Well, they tell you when you start certain things that you'll be on this for the rest of your life. They may play with it a little bit and back you down off something more, but with me, they kept adding stuff to it. And
I'm biased.
no matter what I did to make life better for myself, they just added more medicine to it. And I was like, wow, like, I don't know what more to do, to the point where I was just like, well, I'm gonna be on this medicine for the rest of my life.
and you follow all the directions that they give you on what you should be doing to take care of yourself, and nothing works. Nothing is fixing this problem.
No.
You're losing all the weight. You get on one of these strict diets, and the one thing that they don't tell you to leave alone is the main culprit most of the time. And then something simple as some herbs, some really inexpensive herbs, taking them on a regular basis will have you not having to worry about any of this stuff.
So what they tell you is stuff like stay away from certain things. Well, you can't eat this while you take this medicine because it's going to counteract your medicine. Hey, Granny Karma, good morning. She said, I absolutely love your pain away.
God,
we appreciate
you.
I said I was going to text you and check on you. I'd be stalking your page like, Granny Karma put out another video yet? But they'll tell you to stay away from certain things. Like we had the grapefruit conversation when it come to high blood pressure. When we were at Savannah Citrus doing SoilFamily Expo, and they were saying, well, you can't eat grapefruit and take blood pressure medicine. No, you need to make a choice. You know, is it man's medicine or God's medicine? And this is why they tell you that, even though they don't tell you that. They say, oh, it'll counter-react, or it'll, it doesn't jive with your medicine right. Well, how do I eat grapefruit that I love and not have to be afraid that it's going to do something to me because of my blood pressure medicine? So what you do is you figure out which one you rather have, the synthetic or the real deal. And they do this with a lot of different things. This is why it's so hard to find seeded fruit anymore, because seeds heal. And they will rather tell you, don't eat this, don't eat that. I told my son the other day, eat the seeds. Eat when you buy seeded grapes, eat the seed. He was like, eat the seed? Yeah. Eat the seed. That's your healing. Don't let them tell you not to eat these seeds or don't eat fruit because it's going to mess with you. Well, what about this medicine you prescribed me? So that's something that you have to figure out. Do your research and see. Always look at the benefits. Just that used to freak Bobby and I out a couple years ago. We would look at a plant and look at the benefits of, and we would be like, what? The leaves
this do all that. We go down south, and the tropical plants are the most amazing ones, we think, because we'll look at a plant. Generally, we have no clue what that plant is. We just like it, and then we'll Google the name, and all of a sudden,
all these
the benefits
will come up.
We're like, hold up, really?
All these benefits will come up.
Mayor Van Johnson, what's up, man? How you doing, sir?
I know. I don't know how to do this.
But yeah, it's amazing. I mean, the fact that you can actually use a herb and change your things. So one thing we definitely want to talk about is, what did you do?
Let me do it.
Couldn't add, I guess.
It said because something technical issues. So the mayor was trying to, I don't know. I'm not sure.
So if y'all don't know, our mayor here in Savannah is Mayor Van Johnson. He was at the SoilFamily Expo, and
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had fun. Like,
Watermelon Wars.
Yeah, he is absolutely supporting the what we're doing, the health aspect of everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to, get together with the city and push out this stuff a little bit more, so more people are aware of the healthy aspect of growing your own food and living a more healthier life. And, and I'm sure putting the right mind frame on people, in the community. Yeah. We
need a homesteading type of event, I think, everywhere. Family is everything. Community is everything. We call you all our family. Not just blood family, but that is health in itself. People suffer alone people suffer just because they're alone. And we don't have to do that. It's a huge world out here, and there are still some great people in this world. And what we try to do is introduce us to each other.
Yeah.
And I say us because we still meet great people every time we host Soil Family Expo.
And it's amazing,
It's
guys.
more
I
great
mean,
people.
there are people that's actually surprised that it's this many good people around.
Yeah.
And that's because we don't all the time run into each other. You know, we run into these bitter people, these people that actually want to do us harm or wish bad on us, instead of, you know, good people who are like-minded. They want to raise their family. They want to be as healthy as they possibly can, as natural as they possibly can, and, you know the best ways to do it, and find people that's doing the same thing so they can, you know, have a relationship with them. And every year, Soil Family Expo, we run into these amazing people from all over the country. And, you know, and some people, hey, they know some good people, and some people don't know none.
It's just a beautiful time. So we appreciate the city of Savannah even just acknowledging Soil Family Expo. And we've gotten welcome letters. The mayor has been to the last 2 Soil Family Expos, and now it's up from here. We're going on 5 year, 2026, Watermelon Wars. I'm just saying. More soda.
Bro.
More community, more speakers, more family, more fun. And we hope you all can make it here. So now back.
So, how did you come off of your blood pressure meds?
So the way I came off my blood pressure meds was I trusted God. I stayed on those meds 20-something years until one day I woke up and I said,
a nurse, guys.
I'm going to trust God. Because I was on 3 different meds and I was maxed out, and my doctor would say, I don't know what we're going to do, girl. This medicine, we're going to have to figure something else out. We appreciate you, man. And one morning I woke up and I said, I'm going to trust God today. I know that I've done some research, and cayenne pepper can help me. I know beets can help me. I know hibiscus can help. I know all these things can help. Pineapple hibiscus soda. Pineapple hibiscus soda is great for the gut. It's good for inflammation, and it's good for your high blood pressure. And it's good. About that a little bit too, it's good for your belly because it is delicious.
We're gonna tell the mayor why it's probably gonna be a hard thing to sell. But go ahead and finish talking about your blood pressure. We're gonna explain.
So
pineapple hibiscus.
One morning I woke up and I said, I'm gonna trust God. And I had a talk with God, and sometimes you just got to be still so you can get clarity on what you're about to do. And so I stopped my medicine and I said, God, hold my hand as I enter this new journey into healing myself. So when I came in the kitchen, the one thing I don't like hot stuff, and that was my biggest issue, that I can't take cayenne pepper because it's hot. But he held my hand through the cayenne, he held my hand through the beet juice, and I stayed on that track for a few weeks. Of course, cleaning up my diet, we use ancient grains instead of normal flour. We use raw cane sugar or turbinado sugar. So I cleaned up my diet, a lot of salad, I like fish, and very little exercise. Because Bobby always say, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, I walk all day. But when I went to my doctor 3 weeks later, and she said, well, I'm going to have to back you off some of your blood pressure medicine. I told her, I said, well, I stopped taking my blood pressure medicine. And she set her computer down and she said, when you stop taking your medicine? And I said, I looked at my phone. I said, it was 3 weeks ago. And I just knew she was going to say, well, you can't stop taking your medicine, Sherry. It don't work that way. She said, well, since you stopped, we're going to discontinue it. Long as your numbers are doing what they are doing, she said, your blood pressure is perfect. Keep doing what you're doing because you know I'm watching you. The biggest thing I was doing was trusting God.
And that's after 20 years, guys.
20 years. And I did replace my medicine with God's medicine. So again, I wholeheartedly trusted God and his medicine. Getting away from things, making our own soaps, making our own pain medicine. I don't know if the pain medicine was adding. I'm sure it was. Oh, yeah. Because I was taking muscle relaxers and, you know, I broke my back. And I was suffering with pain. But the first thing I targeted was the pain. once I got the pain away, I was like, okay, let's get on this blood pressure because I want to come off all these synthetics. So got the pain conquered, started putting the castor oil in my navel. You know, there is healing there. This is God's medicine again. Putting that castor oil in my navel, and my whole life has been amazing since. I can go outside and sit on the ground and get up without having to call a crane to come and get me up. I can lay on the floor with my puppies and stoop now. I like to stoop when I'm harvesting stuff. Like, I don't care if I'm sitting on the ground, but I will stoop down forever.
She can. I don't know how. Like, that joker just sit on her doggone feet for a long time, just squat it down.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I just squat.
Man, that hurt.
And I couldn't do that for years. Going downtown and walking, we love going downtown. Those are our date nights. Go downtown and sit on the river, watch the ships, watch the people, listen to a live band. And we really couldn't do that because my back would hurt. So now, like, not only did I felt like I was cheating my husband of life because of the way I felt, and he would slow down for me. But now I have my life back to where we could just go.
Mm-hmm. Now understand, guys, you know, this came after evolving into this space where we decided we need to look into things. This wasn't something that we always did or always knew. Mm-hmm. As you can see, 25 years on blood pressure meds. There's no way we would have done that if we had this information. So we evolved, then we did the research. Mm-hmm. Then we tried it, and then this is where we at. So what we're doing now is we are telling y'all what we found. We're telling y'all our experiences. Mm-hmm. Now it's your job to go and do your research and figure out what's going to be the best way forward to you. We are not doctors. We definitely are not your doctors. This is not medical advice. This is just our experiences. Now, if that can push you to go and looking at a whole lot of other things and trying stuff on your own, that is what you should be doing.
Yeah, and we try to let people know and see that we are real people. Mm-hmm. We are human. If we can do it, you can definitely do it. Whatever. And God said that you can come back from anything except death. Yeah. You know, so you can heal yourself from anything.
I take 14 pills in the morning.
And 9 at night.
Yeah, see, you know, guys, y'all, that's a lot. But you'll be amazed.
Some people take more.
Yeah, because one thing leads to another. And it could be one simple thing that started all this. Mm-hmm. And it trailed all over. Yeah, because once you take a pill, there are side effects to that pill. And then you got to take medication for that. Now, understand, look into how a pill is used in your body. All right, so it got to go into your body, and it got to make several passes and stuff through your liver before it's delivered into your body. Now, pain pills, all they do is block the pain receptor in your mind. Mm-hmm. And if you don't think that's damaging your brain over time, you're sadly mistaken. While damaging your liver because it's overworking it.
Yeah.
Now imagine you got to work 14 medication through your liver early in the morning, and then you got to do 9 at night. You know,
you never get a break.
Yeah, like I told y'all, I was in law enforcement, and whenever I went and did a death investigation, and I had to record all the medications that somebody was taking. Man, it generally was just a top full that was dedicated to just their medications. But that is natural death. Yeah. That's not you being, deleted or nothing. That's natural because those medications eventually just work this course, and then your body couldn't handle it no more, and then everything just quit.
Can you talk more about the pepper and its benefits? So cayenne pepper is a healer. A lot of people are terrified of cayenne pepper. I got some here. We do make capsules now. We offer capsules to help people ingest the cayenne because we take it straight. We just take a quarter teaspoon or a teaspoon of cayenne pepper with a little bit of water, and we just drink it. But we have capsules now because that make it easier for some people. But we know that even if we don't have capsules, we can take our cayenne. Cayenne pepper is a healer. It is a plant provided by God to heal us, to season our food, and so many other things. What I love about cayenne is it has the ability to stop a heart attack. Not saying don't get help if you are having a heart attack or suspect somebody is having a heart attack, but if you think somebody having a heart attack, give them a little cayenne, not in capsule form, just straight powder. That will get their arteries open, that blood pumping and flowing. You can save a life. We just got a testimony the other day where somebody said, y'all saved my papa's life with cayenne pepper. He had a stroke and we gave him cayenne pepper, and he spent a couple hours in the hospital and came right back home. And he said it was the cayenne.
Yeah, I mean,
that wasn't us.
That time. It would give you that time to get yourself to the hospital.
And that's not us. That's God. We don't claim to heal anybody. You can heal yourself. Yeah. The only people we can heal is ourselves. We can give you advice, but that's it. Yeah. So stop a heart attack or stroke or slow it down so you can get help. It can stop a bleed. Bobby sliced his finger open one day. We couldn't stop that bleed for nothing. We use cayenne. The cayenne is hot, man. It is, but that's some good stuff. That is your natural energy. That's your can stop a bleed. That is your inflammation medicine. That is sinus medicine. Cayenne can do so much for the body, but we are afraid of it because it's hot. So that's why we started capsuling it for y'all, well, at least offering the capsules to the public so that it'll be easier for you to ingest, because you'd be surprised at what cayenne, it's like castor oil. You drop castor oil in your navel, you ain't sure what it's doing, but it's healing. And cayenne do the same thing.
It is not nearly as bad as you think. Your mouth won't be burning.
Yeah.
Only thing you will feel is a tingle.
A little tingle.
But, you know, the anxiety from doing it for the first time may bother you. But after you did it a few times, it's gonna be like, nothing to you.
After the first time, you'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to set me on fire.
But it's not bad at all, guys. Especially if you throw a little bit of water right behind it. Yeah. It'll rinse it all down. What you don't want to do.
Good, Reba.
Is put that powder in your mouth and have no way for it to go down.
Yeah, you want it to go right down.
It'll just sit in your mouth.
But definitely, you know, we always say do your research in cayenne pepper. It is a healer. Mm-hmm. And it need to be cayenne, not ghost pepper, not Carolina Reapers. Cayenne pepper. Mm-hmm. I always say every household need at least one cayenne pepper plant. You can use it, season your food with it. We season our food with it multiple times a day. Mm-hmm. For blood pressure, do you take it? So you can take cayenne 3 times a day safely. It doesn't bother you. You just have to figure out what your balance is. Like we take it once a day.
Marie, and we're good. Thank you for the super chat. Super chat?
Yeah, we take it once a day. Some people need to take it 3 times a day.
Yeah, that's when you're going to have to monitor yourself and see what's best. We say, you know, if you don't have a blood pressure cuff, do it in conjunction with your medical professional.
Yes.
Now, the cayenne pepper will absolutely bring your blood pressure to normal, and it's not going to drop it no lower than it's supposed to.
Yeah, because it's called a service herb.
Yeah, but if you are also on blood pressure meds and now your blood pressure is normal, blood pressure medicine is designed to drop your blood pressure regardless to where it's at.
Regardless.
So it will drop your blood pressure too low. So therefore, you don't want to take your blood pressure meds if your blood pressure is already good.
But most people don't check it. They just take it, and they tell you take it every day at the same time. The thing with cayenne, again, cayenne is the service herb. Mm-hmm. So when you take cayenne, when it enter your body, it say, what do you need me today? Huh? Her energy is low today. Her blood pressure is good, so I don't need to bother that. But let's give you some energy. Mm-hmm. Or you got a little bit more inflammation here. So let me target this inflammation and get you comfortable so we can get going. Mm-hmm. That's how cayenne works. Yeah. It's got a brain of its own.
Yeah. If it's not needed for anything, it's a food. It's just gonna pass on through. and it's gonna be good to go. But if you got some ulcers in your stomach, you know your body is suffering in some kind of way.
You
It's
gotta
gonna go to
bleed.
work right there.
A lot, and that's a good one because most people say I suffer with ulcers. I can't drink nothing hot or eat nothing hot.
Need the battery box.
Andel Homestead, mine's going dead.
One of them say 15%.
Oh, Andel Homestead. I'm gonna use you for an example. Andel Homestead suffered for weeks, and I was trying. She said, "Oh my God, this heartburn and acid reflux is keeping me up. I don't know what to do." So she called me her favorite little scientist. So she called and she said, "What can I do to help myself with this heartburn?" And there are natural things you can do, but I said, "Try a little cayenne." And she said, "I don't know, because they said these ulcers are everywhere in my esophagus, and it was just so many they couldn't count them." I said, "Try a little cayenne, just a quarter teaspoon." She did back down to 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper and water every day, just a tiny bit. Of course, she was afraid, but she was desperate to figure out how to heal herself. She started that cayenne, and within a week, I didn't hear anything about her belly hurting, her acid reflux or heartburn, anything. It was just gone. And she said, and I would ask her, "Well, how you feel?" "Oh, I feel so much better now." You know, not thinking that, man, that's that cayenne. Well, it ain't nothing you can do unless you're going to take it down.
Take what down?
That, because you can really,
No, I'm just gonna slide it in.
it's going to fall. It's going to fall. It ain't that same,
It's alright. I'm just tightening it up.
no, it's going to fall.
What's gonna
And you got the whole thing tipped up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be alright. Calm down. Calm down.
It's going to fall, babe.
How?
Because you don't have it in the thing. Yeah, I don't like hot stuff either. But what I did have to learn how to do in life is, Bobby about to tip this whole thing over, is stop looking at what I don't like. And I don't like hot stuff. And I definitely don't like beet juice. But I do like to feel good. And I do love the, he got this. Yeah, he was going to flip everything in the floor. I want to, we can do better. And we need each other to encourage each other and teach each other how to do better when it comes to healing ourselves.
And not only just
Man, Johnson
ourselves.
said, Team Bobby.
Not just ourselves, guys. We want you to pass that information on. You know, this
Yeah.
is not something that you should be keeping to yourself. We all have friends and family members that are suffering with certain things, and if you can convince them to try some more natural things, I mean, you can better their lives. You know, all the stuff that we created, all natural herbs that we created to assist is to better people's lives, not to hurt nobody at all.
So I would start with a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper and a little bit of water. Some people need to eat a little bit, put something on your stomach before they take cayenne. You may need it in capsule form so that you can get that slow breakdown instead of just throwing that pepper down. But most people don't have an issue with it at all. Most people we have encouraged to try cayenne or look into it. They absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, no two people are the same.
Mm-hmm. So we had, like I said, guys, we had another channel, Tropical Homestead on Facebook. It was a really good, really big channel that grew really fast, and we had a lot of people that gave testimonies, and there was testimonies of so many people who got off all their medication, got off their pain meds, and got off all their blood pressure meds just by following the same advice.
Yeah.
Understand, guys, all our bodies are not the same. We are not the same people, and we will have different results on certain things. Some people will have
Look at
way
Broke
better.
Farmer. Broke Farmer getting ready for watermelon wars.
You ready?
He said,
You're the wrong channel to be talking to us because the mayor's on Facebook.
He said, I just took my first cayenne in water. Just tingle at first.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Most
So you
people
gonna
think this stuff gonna set me on fire. It's just a little tingle.
Nah.
And eventually you're gonna find Brooke gonna be in the garden in a minute. And he gonna be like, oh, his wife gonna say, oh my goodness. Honestly, it really did help with pain and cured the ulcers.
Yep.
Yeah, so Andel, the blessing in it all is Andel hadn't had any. Honestly, Andel always say, I feel better now today that she take less medicine than I felt in over 20 years. Man Johnson said Savannah ready for Broke Farmer. Broke, shots fired. Shots fired on Facebook. I'm just saying.
And that was one of the more amazing things also, guys. Once we started, doing the stuff with the herbs and we talked to people, and Adele was able to benefit from that stuff, and she started looking more into herbs and how she can actually help herself more and help other people. So she started with that, and
now
she do herbs herself.
Yeah, so check out AndelHomestead.com. Andel suffered with psoriatic arthritis to the point where she couldn't even hold her own cup. She stopped going to the store and doing things because she had psoriasis and she was afraid to go to the store and touch things. She made her own products. She started making products so that she could heal herself. She started using wild yam. She was doing infusions for her arthritis every so many weeks. And I would tell her, like, I think it's just your thyroids are off. If we can get your thyroids back in check, you want lemon water for your liver detox. Drink a little bit of lemon water every morning on an empty stomach.
Happy Easter to all the people who just came in. We have said it a couple of times, but I know if you were just coming in, you probably have not heard it.
Yep, so Happy Easter. She would go get injections to help with her arthritis, pain, and discomfort. And I said, let's get that thyroid back in check and see if that'll help. And she started using the wild yam cream. And within 3 days, she said she woke up on like day 3, pain-free. The swelling had went down, like her joints wasn't swollen anymore, and she has been living life ever since. Now, she did abuse the wild yam for a little while, because she said, I use it. Like, I can feel a little ache, and I'm in the bathroom rubbing those fingers down.
And we recommend that you as a woman, take 7 days off your wild yam.
Yeah, and they'll say, I ain't happening.
Yeah, we had other people say the same thing. They just don't want to stop because it makes them feel so good. We had one person that messaged us say, I absolutely feel my attitude changing when I'm off on my 7 days. Do I have to get off?
Somebody sent me a message. She thought she was sending me a private message letting me know that her sex life did a total 360. And she said, I hope only you seeing this, Sherry. And Bobby was like, well.
Yeah, because we are Black Tropical Homestead.
Yeah.
Bobby and Sherry.
He was like, well, we are glad to know that, things are happy and going good, because what we don't like to see is couples that have been together 30, 40, 50 years all of a sudden break up because her attitude is changing, he changing. When you just evolve in life, those menopause and aging symptoms called hormones will kick your butt. Yeah. So when you use something natural like wild yam, what it do is it balance the hormones back off, and you don't suffer with this hormone imbalance like menopause, hot flashes, vaginal dryness, ED, low sperm count, early cycles, painful cycles, all these things. They'll put you on hormone replacement therapy.
Stop growing hair places.
They'll put you on
losing hair places.
Hormone replacement therapy when there's always a natural something. We grow wild yam roots. It's not like the yam that we eat. Yeah. It's a wild yam root, which is a herb. We grow this herb and make a cream to help you balance off your hormones.
They say, good morning, wild yam is the truth.
Yeah.
It is. It is an amazing product, guys. And it's going to be strange to a lot of y'all, but it absolutely works.
To use the wild yam, what you do is you apply it twice a day. As for women, women apply wild yam twice a day. The neck, the inner wrist, the inner thighs, the belly, and the breast. 2 times a day. You just rotate it. The man apply wild yam once a day, and he doesn't need a break. And we say a pea-sized amount on the testicles, and that'll get a man back in order. Women, we do need a 7-day break. If you still cycle, take that week that you cycle off. I don't have a cycle, so yeah. What they say, put lead in your pencil. Broke.
So somebody said that.
Broke said, wait.
What about the thyroid?
So thyroid, it's the same thing. Most of the time, the thyroids are cutting up. It's just the body is off. When the body is not functioning proper, it leave the door open for certain things like cancers, thyroid issues, cysts, fibroids, tumors, all these different issues. So
somebody asked over on
sorry, Granny Karma, I'm gonna send it to you. I'll text it to you. She said, wait a minute, repeat, I'm writing it down.
Somebody asked how can they get our products. I just posted our website, so you can go there and you can see what we got. But we try to explain the products that we use.
Yeah.
Like I said, we only supply products that do a multitude of things, and we think they are the most important things. Mm-hmm. Your mental is absolutely important, and wild yam will get your mental in check while getting your hormones back together. So most of the time our hormones got something to do with how we think. If we can get our hormones back together, we will think clearly.
Yeah.
It's that glass half empty, half full kind of thing. Being able to say, I don't even know why I was tripping about that, because it's not that serious.
Yeah. Versus
going off the rail on it, So we think that's a real important herb.
We do sell wild yam cream. We don't share the recipe for wild yam, pain away, certain things, because those are our products.
Yeah.
We do show when we outside. Like we did a tour yesterday. One day we did a tour out in the yard on Facebook. And I did show where we grow wild yam in all of our plants. Where I didn't show them all. I showed a lot of our plants that we grow. But what we like to do is grow as much as we can to make our products. So like when we say we grow our our soap, what we mean is like we grow the blossoms, we grow the turmeric. We raise bees to get our own honey. We use that beeswax for our products. So that's when we say we grow our own products or grow things so that we can use them in our products, because it's natural. The only way we're going to know something is don't take that bowl out. The only way we're going to know something is organic is if we grow it ourselves or go seed for ourselves.
So let me share a comment that is Mayday. She said, I went to the hospital for chest pains, and my mom ran to the hospital and stuck a spoonful of cayenne in my mouth. I swallowed it and drank water after, and my chest pains instantly went away. Will absolutely save your life, guys. In a pinch, you definitely want to do something to give yourself the most time possible to get checked.
Yeah.
All right, so don't if you start having some kind of issue and you take the cayenne, just because it stopped,
don't mean you don't need to check
go on to the hospital and find out, is it more that you need to do to make sure this don't reoccur.
Yeah. But you have to pay attention. When you go to the doctor or the hospital, you have to pay attention. And we have to be advocates for ourselves and other people. We have to be advocates, because they will say stuff that blow over your head so fast and you like, I don't know what they just said or what happened. Pay attention, listen, make them repeat themselves. It's okay when they say, oh, it seemed like the hormones are off, because you might have said, I have hot flashes really bad. And all they want to do is put you on hormone replacement therapy. Just say, okay. But take notes, write it down. Come home, do some research. I'm telling you, y'all, wild yam cream has saved so many people. And some of them said that they have been on hormone replacement therapy for years, and it did absolutely nothing. and they started wild yam cream, and within 2 weeks, they like, I can feel a difference.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you guys, you may see other wild yams out there. Don't compare what we do to theirs.
Yeah,
you know,
because we don't know their process.
Yeah, we don't know what they do. We don't know if they actually using what they're supposed to be using, and our ingredients are ours. We made ours.
And we like to infuse our herbs with castor oil because it's the deepest penetrating oil.
So ours gonna cost more than what the typical
Yeah.
will, but we want to use the best ingredients possible. Like I said before, if you are using herbs for the very first time, we want to make sure that you are getting the most positive or the best experience you can. That way, you know the herbs actually do what they're supposed to do.
For eye pressure, castor oil is good for eye health. So you can drop a drop of castor oil in the eyes at bedtime, or just rub it around your eyelids for castor oil. For high cholesterol, it's basically your diet. Just be careful with the wheat products. Most people think when it comes to high cholesterol is, I need to back off the butter, or I need to not eat fried foods, or saturated foods are not good for us, but it's the crackers or the bread or the toast that you put in your butter on. The butter is good, it's just the bread. So wheat products, I would say, be careful with.
There's a Castile soap class on our website.
Oh, Miss Betty ain't gonna take that class. No.
Okay.
I'll let you know, I'll let you know, Miss Betty. I'll send you a message because they sold us out at SoilFamily Expo. I was like, oh, what happened to the Castile soap? It was gone.
Betty said, I can feel the difference in my body with the wild yam cream
in a few weeks. Good. Lower back pain. So what I did, I broke my back some years ago. For back pain, what I do is I use pain away oil every so many times a year. Nala, come on. You said Happy Easter, thank you. They said Happy Easter to you, girlfriend.
Calm down.
I use pain away oil on my back. Miss Betty, he was going to tell you, take the class. She said, no ma'am, no sir. Pain away oil, you definitely want to use pain away oil for any type of pain. Sciatic issues, neuropathy issues, aches, pains, if you had something replaced like a knee, a joint, whatever, you want to use something like pain away oil. For kidneys, you should eat parsley and celery every day. A little bit go a long way, but if you like it, great, eat it. In the morning when you get up, you should drink a little bit of lemon water. When you drink your water, just a little bit at a time, but put a little bit of Redmond real salt in it, in your water. That will help heal your kidneys. If you have our pain away oil, rub it on the kidney area, because there's healing in that bottle, and it's amazing.
So Ryan said he just took his first cayenne shot a moment ago, and he will continue on.
Good.
Yeah. Definitely gonna benefit you.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Yeah. And season your food with it. If you whatever you cooking later on, sprinkle it on your food.
Herbs are food, guys.
Yes.
You can most definitely eat herbs because it has nutrients.
Society just has changed. We eat food just to eat because it's good. We should be targeting things that are good for us. Again, we are not perfect people. We live a normal life. We travel, we eat, we have fun, but majority of the time, I always say 75% of the time, we try to walk the straight path. We leave 25% for normal life to get out and have fun.
And guys, I want to say this also, just so people can.
Pain Away is available at Blacktropicalhomestead.com.
You can put it all in context. Is that both me and my wife grew up in the inner city. Mm-hmm. So this is not something that we have known for a terribly long time. But once we found out, we did our deep dives and we made sure that we were familiar with what it is that we were going to be talking about. So, like I said, if we heard something or we read something and that's all we know about it, you're going to hear us say that. But if we had actually tried it and we have some experience with it, keep in mind, guys, we've been doing this for a while, and people have contacted us. We have talked to them. They have gave us the results, and so we know a lot of this stuff works.
Yeah.
And we have tried a lot of stuff. So
I remember the first
we get
time,
testimonies from people.
the first big testimony we got, somebody was suffering with breast cancer, and we gave her a little advice, and she took it. Like, she took it and ran with it. She did her thing. She healed herself. And when we got that message back early in the morning that her breast cancer was gone, I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the only thing I could do was congratulate her and tell her how proud of her we were, because you healed yourself. We didn't do that. That was God. That was you and God wholeheartedly. And I was like, wow, man, this is powerful. A little bit of encouragement, a little bit of advice, and you can heal yourself.
So guys,
thank you, Melody.
If
Thank
you're
you.
new in, give us a reaction, you know, to help the algorithm.
What you mean by that?
Give us a thumbs up. Tap your screen on the YouTube side. Give us a heart. You know, it helps us out. It helps the algorithm. Let you know that we offered some kind of value to you, and other people will get to see what it is that we do. And this is the goal, guys. We are dropping seeds, right? And we want those seeds to grow. We want you to spread this knowledge. We want to spread it. And therefore, we can have a whole community of people that know stuff that, you know, has been missed. Make sure your kids can know the stuff so they can spread it as they get older.
Yeah.
Make sure all your family members are aware and your friends, so we can all be good together.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that we're not being told is stuff that's hurting us.
So when it comes to cancers, I can tell you a little bit of what I told her is what we would do is go all natural. So she did start using the wild yam cream because the hormones were out of whack, and she needed to bring the hormones back into action. But then I told her about things like cleaning products, makeup, hair, nail polish, soap, lotion, all this stuff feed cancer. And most of the time we just looking at sugar, food, as to what's feeding cancer. So she did start juicing. She went on a really heavy juicing diet, and all she juiced was vegetables. No sweeteners, no sugar, no honey, no anything. Just juice vegetables for a little while.
Yeah, no unnatural shampoos, soaps, no cleaners in her house.
Because that's what she did. She bought a whole bunch of stuff from us, like the Castile soap, bar soaps, the wild yam cream, and she bought pain away because if she had pain, she got that magnesium because we need magnesium. So it was basically live a clean life and reverse this thing, starve this cancer out.
You gotta be willing to do the work, guys. I mean,
a lot of vinegar, because all she used was vinegar to clean. And because my thing is, most of the time they'll tell you need radiation and chemo. Radiation and chemo, and they told you might have 3 months to live. Well, I'm gonna live 3 months on radiation and chemo, laying in the bed, letting my family visit me there, because that will take all of your life from you. So instead, we decided, let's fight, and let's fight this fight together. And she did it all natural. She reversed her entire lifestyle, and now she encouraged her kids and grandkids and family to do the same thing, because she suffered for years, and now things look better for her.
So Angela wanted to know if she had to register to be on our site. She's not sure if she's on the right site.
You don't have to register to be on our site. Let me give you the link to make sure you're on the right site. But you do have to register to pay, to buy. But you can go and look at the site. So you definitely should get on our email list if you are looking for things like Castile soap. We do have a Castile soap class where you can learn to make your own. But if you wanted to buy things like Castile soap, honey, when we have plants in stock, I would definitely get on the email list. When we go places, sometimes you'll know that we are in certain places through an email blast. do you have natural shampoo? So what we use is Castile soap. You can make your own Castile when we have it in stock. We have Castile available, but it is very simple process. It can be a scary process, soap making, especially when you get into cooking. But we have a class for $11 that teach you how to make your own Castile soap. That Castile soap you can use for everything: cleaning, washing clothes, wash your hair, wash your body. So many things you can use that Castile for. Along with pain away. I have a water bottle, cayenne pepper, lemon juice. What's the difference? Chronic pain level. Oh, I couldn't see the whole thing. Hey, real stop. So just know that. So Castile soap dry out your skin is probably the chemicals that's in it. We make an all natural Castile soap. So that's the thing. Like everything you buy from the store, it got something in it. They flavored it, and that's probably what's drying out your skin.
What you doing over there?
The body has the ability to heal itself. Watched my dog with it. He was clean for a long time and no fleas. Yep, our dogs love it. Every time I get the water hose, they looking like, I'm supposed to take a bath. Are we gonna take a bath now? The body has the ability to heal itself. Once we give it the right condition, the body will do its thing. This is how God made us. This is how God blessed us, so that the body would heal itself. We just suffer because of everyday modern crap. This is why we suffer so long.
And understand, guys, you know, if an item is in a store, the amount of preservatives and chemicals that they got to put in this stuff in order for it to be on them shelves long term is crazy. Just imagine that they do big batches of whatever it is, and then they got to stack it in their warehouses. Then they got to ship it on the truck. Then wherever it go to, it's sitting in a warehouse before it's sitting on the shelf of the stores. You talking about months, if not years, and they got to make sure all these products don't go bad. So they got to dump all kind of chemicals into this stuff now. There's no way all these unnatural chemicals are any good for our body, our system. So every time you touch your body with anything, it's being absorbed into your body. You touch your skin with anything, it's being absorbed into your body. And like we said, guys, if you want proof of that, try a paint away oil or try the castor oil. But if you want immediate proof, try the paint away oil and put it on the paint. And all you're doing is putting that on your skin. Move. And your pain is going to dissolve. Once that happens for you, probably within 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to say, this stuff is absolutely going into my body through my skin. There's no difference than those millions of chemicals that they put in your shampoo, and that's going into your head. You know, as it drip down your face and onto your body, all that stuff is being absorbed. All the stuff they put into those soaps, and none of it natural, is soaking into your body. Your body having to deal with all those chemicals. The lotions, guys, same thing. They're putting the lotions on your body. Yeah, your skin is shiny, but what is it doing to your body, your internal organs? Because as it absorbs into your body got to figure out what to do with all these millions and millions of chemicals that you put on your body. And then you got to think about the foods that we eat. They got to do the same exact thing, because that stuff got to sit there for a long time until you buy it. Again, I go with the example of a pack of cookies. How is a thin piece of plastic keeping a pack of cookies good and crispy all that time. It's not the plastic. It's all the chemicals that is in the cookies. Now imagine all this work your body got to do. Now, this same chemicals didn't exist when we were younger. So we actually came up with less chemicals and less issues and less unnatural stuff in our foods. Our kids are being born into this stuff, guys.
Hey, Peggy.
And your body only can do too much, and then we wonder why we're sick. But they don't tell you any of that stuff. They just put you on all the medication. And I told people a little while ago that one of my aha moments was Food and Drug Administration. So they are together, and if I got a drug that I want out there, why not have a food that's gonna cause these problems for this drug to fix? So guys, we're gonna have to look out for each other. We're gonna have to look out for ourselves because ain't nobody else gonna do it. It's a money game. Everybody trying to get as much as they possibly can before, you gone. But we're gonna get so many more customers when you go. So we are just consumers. We're not people. We're just test dummies. People people they get money from, and we're gonna have to look at it like
No, get on.
we're gonna have to look out for each other and ourselves, because if we don't, nobody else gonna do it. So be cognizant of that.
We do. Send us a message, Angela. I'm not sure that. We do offer different classes. We had to stop doing in person. I mean, not in person, but live classes because it was too much. We used to do personalized classes with just one person, but it was getting out of hand. So now we do workshops in a different manner. We plan to do some live workshops in person in different places. Just something we haven't set up yet. The catalog of our products is at blacktropical.com. You can see what our products are and what they are designed to do. Again, they are all natural, so they are very safe to use and great. We've gotten good feedback. Check out the reviews on our products. And if you have any questions, always send us an email at homestead@blacktropical.com.
Oh, I know the mayor you probably gone already, but talking about the soda, guys, and it is all natural, right? So we use, natural fruits and herbs, and we use a cane sugar, and it is probiotic, so it is good for gut health. The fruit that you use is absolutely good for your body. What are y'all doing? What are you doing? You think because I'm talking I ain't paying attention to you?
She looked at Bobby like, what? What you mean?
So the problem with selling a soda is that it's a live culture. So it's really unstable to be shipping around, throwing around, and the amount of time that it stays at the taste that we want it to is not going to be a whole long time because we don't use chemicals. I'm sure there's a chemical way to do it. Now, it's similar to a kombucha. So once you start making this stuff, now you wonder how a kombucha at the store stays good as long as it does. Well, it made me wonder what all they putting in that kombucha, because it will change taste over time. It will start being a little more unpleasant than it was when it's fresh. So producing too much of that and trying to get it around, we want anything that we have or we supply to taste the best it possibly can. Because if you're trying it for the first time, you don't want to be turned off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our dogs playing in the background. The girls have a ball. Thor, I just heard him lay down in the hall. He stay away from them, but the girls are having a ball. So, if you are interested in our products, you can find them at blacktropical.com. We are in planning phase for SoilFamily Expo. We will have a date out for that very soon, so stay tuned. The website is under construction right now because we are updating everything. Again, if you have any questions, always send us an email. That is the easiest and quickest way to get to us. We got 3 people on emails, and we work at them to try to answer all your questions and concerns.
Yeah, sometimes we miss them, so
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Don't feel like we're ignoring you because we do a lot here on the homestead.
We do. We got some big news in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Maybe Wednesday. Bobby got to deliver something big this weekend, so we can't wait to share next weekend. We can't wait to share what next weekend will look like. It is Easter. Enjoy your family. It's a beautiful day. You know, things, no matter what things may look like to the eye, it is a beautiful day because we are here. We are able to celebrate, eat, hug our loved ones, and enjoy this beautiful day. So,
Well, we only got the Castile class out right now, but we are working on the soda class.
Yes.
So it's going to be a real in-depth class. We have talked about sodas a lot. It is hard for a lot of people to grasp
good, Ryan.
at the amount of time that we have to put into one. So we are going to produce a class and talk about it in depth, all the way from growing your own ginger.
Oh, you didn't taste my jelly?
You gonna make some bread?
I plan to. I made pineapple jelly.
Hey, chill out,
Can't
chill
help
out, kids.
They can't help it. Lord.
Y'all see we doing something over here. Stop being rude.
This is pineapple jelly. I started to just lick the brim. So once we open it, I made a bunch of them.
Yeah, go in the refrigerator.
This one will go in the refrigerator. I'll drop that video soon so y'all can see. Now, it's jelly. You can't freak out about the sugar when you're making jelly.
Ooh, that's good.
Pineapple.
Yeah, real tangy and sweet.
Oh, he like tangy and sweet.
Yeah, so I love it.
Very easy to
Oh,
make.
man, that is
3 ingredients. We'll share that video soon. Have some? If you drop that in my floor,
My dogs will love you.
Nala would be like, I knew he loved me. So, no. All right, y'all. So, have a beautiful day that the Lord has made for us. It is, life is great, you know. Life is great. And we appreciate having each and every one of y'all in our lives. Again, if you are catching the replay, hashtag replay, and let us know. Do you cook a Easter dinner or something like that? What are your plans for Easter? And double tap that screen, YouTube, for us. That help us out when you show us some type of reaction, and same thing for Facebook.
Yes. So, till the next time, guys.
Don't let nobody steal your joy. Look. Oh, it's over now.
I heard y'all say
Let me
it.
come over there and breathe.
My
This
daddy
is
said till the
over.
next time.
It's over now. It's booty time. What's up, girlfriend?